What's up, everybody? Welcome in the End Zone panel. Happy Sunday for everyone watching. If you live in New York or the East Coast, stay safe during the storm. Welcome in. I'm your host, Shane, joined by Preston, Aiden. How we feeling, boys?
Amazing.
Wonderful. Happy Sunday.
Happy
Big win
Sunday.
today for Team USA in the gold medal hockey
Oh
game.
man, that was so fun to watch. I'm so glad I woke up, and watched the whole thing. I couldn't watch every game and then miss out on the championship.
Yeah, I know,
That was so
exactly.
fun. All
Jack
right, we'll
Hughes.
dive into this episode today. We're just gonna be covering some like NFL news around the league. All right, so as we all know, Javonte Williams got his extension with the Cowboys. So in our latest mock draft, we obviously had the Cowboys taking Jeremiah Love, so that won't happen. But if we
Mm-mm.
go to Spot Track and look at his contract, it's not. I didn't think it was all that much for a player of his caliber. I thought Dallas got a pretty good deal for a guy like him. 3 years, 24 mil, 16 mil guaranteed. I think that's very reasonable for the Cowboys. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
I
reset
mean,
the running back market.
3 years, 21. He had a
24.
24. He had a great season. Um, if he continues to put up that level, I would say he was underpaid. I like it for Dallas a lot. I do. I think he's gonna continue up.
Well, the thing with that is now that how K9's a free agent, Tyler Allgeier's a free agent. Teams are now going to base what their year value is based on Javonte Williams' contract. So like, oh, if you guys played below Javonte Williams, you're getting below $24 million.
A
But
lot
like,
of people played below Javante too. I think he had like
yeah,
14 touchdowns, 980 yards, something like that. He had a good year. Javonte Williams, this deal directly affects obviously Brees Hall. The Jets are reporters are saying we're working towards an extension with him. If nothing can be done, he's going to get the transition tag. All the difference between a franchise and a transition tag is the transition tag, other teams can make offers at him, and we can match them. And obviously, if we match him, he has to come back. But I kind of have a feeling we're going to get a long-term extension done. Just for the fact, you look at obviously our OC, it's a heavy run offense. There's a shot Brees Hall is like, okay, like Jonathan Taylor had really good years in this. I want to stay here. I also don't think I also think Brees's market is kind of getting overvalued. I don't think he's going to get as much money as people think.
well, with the
You look
transition
you look at
tag,
some of the top tier running backs like Javonte Williams for example. I know Brees Hall just hit 1,000 yards. But I would take a Javonte Williams last season over what Brees Hall did. In all honesty, no bias. I don't think Brees's market's going to be all that big, so I wouldn't be shocked if an extension really got done. So that was some of the talk in Jets land. There are some other things, but I'll let you guys go
well, the
first.
thing, well, the thing about Reese is that he's been consistent over a 4 or 5 year period where Javonte Williams had rookie year success, got hurt, not successful, not successful, not successful, didn't pick up a 5th year option, and then he had a 1 year success and then got hurt at the end of the year. So like, but Brees Hall's hit 1,000 yards, 1,000 yards consistently, and that goes into a
Eh,
lot of the running back pains. Like when Josh Jacobs left, he got paid because he had that one good year, and he hasn't like he's a touchdown merchant. He gets 10 plus touchdowns a year, but he hasn't reached anywhere near that rushing total since the year he had with Oakland. Uh, but
you
with
want me to
Brees
blow your
Hall,
mind quick?
uh-oh,
This was Brees Hall's first year over 1,000 yards. In his second year, he had he had 994, but
hmm
still the most touchdowns he's scored in a season is five rushing, four receiving in 2023. So nine total touchdowns. Obviously, he's a very good receiving threat. He's he's right around like 500 yards almost every year for running back. That's very important. But Javante Williams, man, I think They're very similar in terms of statistical. I know age plays a factor too, but I think the value is pretty close.
How many years did he signed for 3 years, right?
Yeah, 3 year,
He could probably get a 3 year. He got 24, like 3 or 30, maybe 24. That's not even $10 million
16
a year.
guaranteed.
That's not even $10 million a year though. It's eight. He'll get more than eight. Brace Hall will definitely 100% get more than eight. Especially if you put the transition tag on him. Like teams might
The
overpay.
transition tag is going to be like 11 or 12.
Yeah. So like, but teams might overpay knowing you're gonna match it. Like the Chiefs might offer him if they have cap space, like a 3 year, $35 million, and it's like
Yeah, but
what?
that would be stupid because we
Yeah,
wouldn't
because
match that.
exactly, if you don't match it, then the Chiefs have to pay it. So
Or they just decline.
no,
And
you
I
can't.
They said
If
it
you
think
was
make
they
an
full.
offer, you can't
also,
decline.
You could
I
pull an
think
offer
they
100%.
also have to give us a draft pick, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe you're true, but I don't think it's like a high draft. It might be like the third. I think you can't go above the
For
third.
a running back, I
Oh,
mean, we
you know, you
drafted
don't get
Brees in the
you don't
second.
you don't get a draft pick from the Chiefs. You get a compositional draft pick. That happens with all free agent signings. Like
Um,
we get a third round pick from Trayvon Morey because he got paid a lot of money. It depends on
Yeah,
how much
but
money you get paid.
there's a stipulation with the transit with those comp picks. Like last year, the Jets would have had, I think, an extra. It might have been an extra third, but it got turned to a fifth because we paid Brandon Stevens a big contract. It's all about how much you spend. It's not just it's who leaves your team, how much money they get, then also how much you spend goes into that formula too. So
Right.
that's why, like last season, you saw them sign Stevens, and I
Oh,
was like, all right, they're trying to compete now. They think obviously that was wrong, but they thought they could compete. So that third round pick turned to a fifth. Because obviously Javon Kinlaw got like a 3 year $54 million deal. Hassan Reddick got some 3 year deal, pretty crazy from the Bucks. Obviously they haven't panned out. I could have told you that last year, but pretty
so
crazy.
with the transition tag, there's no picks because you have an
No
off
picks
because
are involved.
no, because the Jets have they have an option to match the contract, and it's their fault that if they leave or not, not if Brees
So
just leaves
no,
on his
okay,
own.
so no picks. Okay, I'm mistaken then. I didn't know that.
No, like I thought you were right, but it just says because the Jet like any team has a option to match it, so it's not them just him just leaving your franchise. It's you're giving him
Right.
away. It's like a trade.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's not like if you matched it, if Kansas City ended up with him, then I could see that. But
But you know,
you are always on the upper hand, and you have the option to match it. But yeah, I
yeah,
get that.
you
Mm,
could franchise tag him.
I
It
don't
would
think they
it
do
would
that.
cost him about 14 too.
Well, here's the
It would be
thing.
a lot.
It would either be a sign and trade or you're working on an extension, so that would go down immediately.
Well, I don't think that's true. I think there's a very good shot he plays on the franchise tag, and then you just let him walk next year. Maybe you draft a guy. Both the running backs from Notre Dame. There's there's some talks about the other guy sneaking into possibly early second round pick. I wouldn't want a running back that
Dario
early.
Price.
God no. Yeah, he's gonna go early, a lot earlier than people think. So, going into free agency, what's like the big talk around the Bills? Who do a lot of fans want in free
I've
agency?
seen more recent a lot of talks pick up about AJ Brown. Um,
Hmm.
I personally would hate that. I mean, we just came from Diggs. We had a diva-esque receiver. Um,
Yeah.
very similar caliber players. I mean, not the same play style, but they were both, you know, clear. They can both be clear-cut wide receiver ones, and it absolutely can benefit Josh Allen. But we all know what happened with the Diggs situation, and Joe
Hmm.
Brady when he took over in 2023, was part of the reason Diggs ended up leaving. Because his style of offense isn't directed towards a wide receiver one. It's kind of an everybody eats mentality, and AJ Brown just this season was complaining about targets, so I don't really
Yep.
see if I fit that. I don't know if I can see that fitting in Buffalo, but I have seen the talk increase dramatically.
Yeah. What about the Raiders?
It's N'Kobe Dean. All the Raider reports are putting that. Alec Pierce is more likely going back to Colts. It's more likely about just getting defense and then
Do you
just
think
take.
he'll get 20 from Indy?
I think
He'll
they
get.
cut Pittman.
They
I
cut
really
Pittman.
do.
Yeah.
they restructure. They still have to re-sign Danny Dimes, but Nakobe Dean is the big factor now. We just got one of the Eagles linebacker coach, all that, so there's a connection there. He likes the DC because the DC now, RDC Rob Leonard has ties with the Eagles and Georgia. So, but new APV came out. His expected value is $8.5 million, but it's very likely he'll get like 10. Like if we give him like he's not going to get more than a 2 3 year deal. He's probably going to get a 2 year like what $22 million deal, maybe a 20. But as a linebacker and free agency, you don't see a lot of them getting paid a lot of money because linebacker primes are just very short span. Like Bobby Spillane had one career year in Raider. He got paid 2 year, $15 million. You got Devin Lloyd. He's probably gonna get like a what 3 4 year deal. So that's just a he's turned 25. Fred Warner doesn't really have that much left in the tank. He keeps getting hurt, but he's still like very elite.
Yeah, but we don't. Fred, you look at guys then also like Demario Davis.
Hmm.
He's 36 and undoubtedly Levante David too. Very old, but undoubtedly one of the best linebackers in the league.
Yeah,
And on a
but then you get
smaller scale, he's only 32, but that's still old. A guy that's rumored to the Jets that I would love because he would bring just a a needed presence of like physicality to the defense. Alex Anzalone, I'd be a big fan of. Seeing that the long blonde hair in the Jets jersey would be nice. He's just a thumper in the run game and pass coverage too. Someone's running a crossing route. Every time I watch that Lions defense, Anzalone's blowing someone up. He's just a guy I think
Yeah.
could also be a very good leader in the locker room. He
very
was with
cheap.
Glenn in New Orleans
Hmm.
when Glenn started his coaching career in New Orleans, and then he went with him to Detroit.
Yep.
So he's
And he
linked
was
with
there through
Glenn.
that
He's
whole
open.
rebuild and everything. Like he's a loyal player. He was a big leader in that locker room. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off, Shane, but he was a
No, no,
big
no, all
part,
good,
like,
all good.
why they all connected and why Detroit defense started to become like he was a core leader on that side of the ball. So I would like
Yeah,
that a lot.
exactly what I was gonna say. Exactly. Has talked openly about loving playing under Aaron Glenn, which obviously he didn't have the best year as a head coach. I could see them going heavy on defense. Glenn just getting guys he knows. Like I wouldn't be shocked, like former Raider Amik Robertson. I wouldn't be shocked if the Jets gave him a deal just to play slot corner. You're nodding your head no. He had a good year with the Lions.
I fucking hate him so much. He
Um,
sucks. He's 5'9" and he leads up so many yards and he makes like one good play a year and it gets highlighted like, yo, they gave up on me, bro. Like if you look at his stats, it's just year after year he makes like highlight plays, but then he gets burned. And then he makes highlight plays and then he gets burned. It's like Jack Jones. Jack Jones made what, of 3 pick sixes in a year. He let up 1,000 yards that year. And then there's a reason why he got cut.
Yeah, he wasn't all that great this year. His overall grade through PFF is a 48.6. That ranks him 110 out of 114 corners. He is a slot corner. Um, he finished the year 46 solo tackles for corner. It's decent. Once again, slot
Dude, yeah.
65 receptions allowed. That's fourth in the NFL. Um, but he was second in forced fumbles with two.
Yeah, but that's not a corner stat. That's like a linebacker or D line stat. Like, yeah, oh
For
wow,
a
yeah,
slot corner and a
yeah,
team
but
that
like
doesn't get any turnovers, that's something that's pretty nice.
you probably would be better rather off signing Jeff Okuda, who's just coming off the Vikings, because dude, you don't want to make. I watched him. There's a reason why he got the vet minimum out of the Raiders because he it sucked.
Yeah, it
He was
wouldn't be a
awful.
big contract.
But
It
like
would
you're
really
gonna
just be something just to
he's
come in and like a guy Glenn knows already.
yeah. But the thing is, you want like good locker room guys. He's a nuisance. Like
Yeah.
he's a like in the Raider. There's a reason why the Raiders didn't resign him. He fucking bashed heads with the cornerbacks coach all the time. Bashed heads with the DC all the time. Max Crosby didn't like him. Max Crosby likes fucking everybody. Like though I
Maybe
don't
Max
like.
Crosby's the problem. I feel like the Raiders cater to
They
Max
keep
Crosby
choosing
a
him
lot,
over everybody, bro.
and it never
Wouldn't
goes
you?
well.
Wouldn't you?
No,
I don't
no.
Well,
know. Maybe not for the fourth time.
the only thing is that he didn't bump heads with that. He doesn't bump heads with everyone. He loves everyone. And then Amik Robinson comes in and think he's the shit from like a third round pick. Like he loved Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs So everyone loved Henry Ruggs, and then he did that. Damon Arnett just they just took him because he was from Bama. It's like when you look at corners in the league, it's more shifting from like physical corners to like you want to be tall and lanky. Like you're not getting any more
Yeah, but
Richard
that
Sherman.
that we're talking about two different things. That's comparing apples to oranges. You need a slot guy. Like slot guys aren't going to be 6'4", like 180 pounds.
Right.
They're normally smaller guys, a little
Yeah. I mean,
thicker
Teron
guys that.
Johnson was best slot corner in the league for a handful of years, and
Yeah,
he's
Michael
nowhere near the
Carter.
biggest or the longest. Like,
Michael
Yeah.
Carter was good, really good in the NFL for about 2 years, and then we paid him and he
hmm
sucked, and we traded him to the
I
Eagles.
yeah,
Um,
I don't know, man. I'd rather Jeff Okuda. Jeff Okuda's projected contract is $980,000 a year. Or who's the guy that just came out of retirement because he was focusing on mental health? He was on the Chargers. He was on FSU. I'm forgetting the name. You know what I'm talking about. But like, he was good,
yeah,
and he's
his
not gonna.
so Jeff Okuda, his PFF grade when he was in was a 32.4. So if you thought Amik Robertson was bad,
I hated Mick Robertson.
32.4. Oh my
Jamel
goodness.
Dean,
granted
you can get.
he
Oh, he
only
wants that
played
much
a
money.
little bit during the season, but that's pretty eye opening. Yeah,
Dude, what the fuck,
Jeff
Preston?
Okuda,
Hold on, pause. Look at your phone, Shane.
I saw.
Like,
I didn't
bro,
want to say it out loud, so I sent it to you guys because
dude, you
it
might
was
as well
kind of
say that now
ironic.
because you started dying laughing.
No, I didn't. You were
They weren't
laughing.
in the Olympics.
Yes, they were.
No, they weren't. They didn't
Yeah,
compete in
they didn't win
anything.
any medals.
All right, bro.
Lock it in, Higgins.
All right, ready? Three, two, one.
Yeah, going back to some free agents. I didn't see this on a Bill specific page, but I saw a projected 1 year deal, possibly Trey Hendrickson. PFF has him 1 year, 21 mil, either going to Buffalo Bills or the Buffalo Bills or maybe the Washington Commanders. The Detroit Lions are also up there. The Detroit Lions because obviously Lou Anarumo.
I would like that
Um,
signing for Buffalo. I really would, but I mean, with restructuring and freeing up money, he would essentially be our only free agent pickup. If we could even make
Mhm.
it work, we're about minus 10, minus 11, depending on where you look right now. So there'd have to be a lot of moves made to make that happen. I wouldn't hate it. I just don't know how big Bean wants to go in free agency versus, maybe trading
Draft.
up. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, another guy gaining, I feel like a lot of buzz, and I feel like as fans, we don't look at him as highly, but from what I hear, people inside the NFL really love this guy. I like him as a player too. Every time I turn on the Chiefs game, I always see Leo Chanel jumping off the screen. Just athleticism. He plays the run so physically. He's very athletic in coverage. That's another guy I saw at Buffalo. Um, Buffalo could possibly go after. He wouldn't be expensive at all.
Right.
2 years, 12 mil. How would you feel about something like that?
I 2 years, 12. How old is he?
He is 25 years of
25.
age.
I like that a lot. Um,
Yeah,
with Milano, he's kind of I don't want to say he's, burnt out, but he's nowhere
just
near
not
what he
reliable
used to.
at
Yeah,
this point.
exactly. Maybe a fine rotational guy, but like I'm taking Shaq Thompson over Milano any day of the week. And with
Hmm.
Terrell Bernard, we named him captain, gave him the big contract, but all he's shown is that he's a very smart player and he plays the game well, but he's not very big. He's undersized for a linebacker, and he he can be in the right spot, but he can't stop a big play from if he's one on one with Derrick Henry, he's going to get bulldozed. Um, we're in the linebacker is a pretty desperate need for us right now. So I would not mind that. 2 years, 12 million. I think that would be a fantastic deal if you could make that happen. Um, I would like that over Trey Hendrickson, and then maybe target somebody in the draft to help you with the line. I mean, I know we've sunk in so many picks into D line, but I think Chanel, well, that would be an awesome deal for Buffalo.
Yeah, and Leo Chanel, he logged 440 snaps this past year. He
Hmm.
ranks second in the NFL
Yeah,
in missed
just
tackles with four. It's four. He
unreal,
only had
unreal.
four the whole year. He
Four
he
missed
he doesn't
tackles. He
miss
played
tackles.
440 snaps. Like that's an unreal. That's amazing.
Hmm.
Uh, so I just looked this up, but it is true that we're not targeting Pierce. We're targeting more Romeo Doubs instead of Pierce.
I said that. I said that. I said that from day one. The Raiders will sign Romeo Dobbs. If this comes true, you have buy his jersey.
No, I'm gonna buy
100%.
a fucking Kalen Saunders jersey. My boy, it's my personal friend.
Jalen Saunders.
He's 6'2", but he's pretty fast. But he's not gonna want a lot of money, and I don't think we're gonna see. He could be a wide receiver one. He's 6'2". He's tall enough. He's fast enough. He has the experience, but he's a reliable target. I think he had like a 1% drop rate, which is like, he could be a solid wide receiver one if you a fringe wide receiver one, a good wide receiver two. And on this team, we don't really need a really, really sought after wide receiver one because no matter what, there no one's going to be option one besides Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
Like,
You look at any good team. I haven't,
well,
other
you
than
look
the
on
Kansas City Chiefs, I can't think of a team that's number one option was a tight end off the top of my head that
Cardinals.
had a very good offense. The Cardinals were
Cardinals.
abysmal.
Yeah,
Garbage
they were
time
like
Yeah, but
offense last year. They were horrible.
Trey McBride still had like 1,500
right,
yards,
but
right?
That
I think
doesn't
his point
matter.
was
That
that
doesn't
the
matter
the
when the
key to
team
success
sucks.
doesn't necessarily require
1,300.
your tight end being a first option.
I
I mean,
mean,
for Kansas City as the first team. I mean, maybe you could say Gronk and Tom, but like even
well, that's
then,
not
he
now.
had. No, I know. I'm trying to think back to a team other than Kansas City that has had success by their tight end being their number
Well,
one.
yeah. Well, the thing is that we have the luxury of having one of the top tight ends in the league, if not the top tight end in the league, and he's always going to be option one, and he plays like a receiver. He's lined up in the slot like 85 to 75% of the time. So like if you go get a Romeo
I will
Dobbs,
say tight end means different. Like I agree with that. Tight end means very different things now.
so if
You
you
have a Jackson
yeah.
Hawes at tight end, or you have a Brock Bowers. Like Brock Bowers is essentially just a big receiver.
So like if you sign
Hmm.
him for like a what 3 year, his APV is what $12 million a year. Yeah, $12 million a year. Sign him 3 year, $36 million a year, half of it guaranteed, and like another half of it in like incentive based. Like you got yourself a good wide receiver. You can bring in a wide receiver. He's old enough to mentor. He's been around the Packers. He's been around young quarterbacks. He's been around a workhorse running back like Jax Jacobs. You know, and the Packers don't really need him. I mean, they already have Christian Watson. They have Golden. They don't really need to resign him. I mean, it would be nice, but they can spend their money elsewhere. And I feel like I agree with. I don't know if you're going to agree with me, but he's going to fly sort of under the radar because you got Pickens, who people are going to go after. Then you got Pierce, and then Jawan Jennings, and then you got Mike Evans. People are going to try to get, even though he's going to go back to the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I got like Dobbs and Wandale Robinson on a similar tier of
Yeah,
Yeah.
free
but
agent
people
signings.
are probably going to go after Wan'Dale Robinson more than Romeo Doubs just because the year Wan'Dale had. Like when I look at this, here, hold on, I'm looking on
Yeah.
Sports Track
Okay.
right
His
I
now.
just want
numbers
to say
were
one thing
inflated though, and I think
Yeah.
people do know
So
that.
like
But
right
yeah, let
now,
Shane.
sorry.
I just want to say one thing. Romeo Dobbs, what sets him apart from every other receiver in this class is he can play the L, R, X, Y. He can play every single receiver position on the field. He's shown that in game. Wan'Dale Robinson, he's only lining up in the slot. Alec Pierce, primarily he's primarily just a deep threat, Do you he's good at everything. He's good at yards after the catch, but Romeo Dobbs is kind of your little bit of
He's
everything,
that
throw
Swiss
everything in the
Army
pot
knife.
guy.
Yeah. Uh huh.
Like
I think he's going to have a ton of interest. I expect Raiders to be very much in play for him. I think Tennessee as well, and possibly Denver Broncos.
I think realistically, the Raiders get either them, and if either Doubs or they pivot to Shaheed with Kubiak. The Seahawk thing. He raves about Kubiak. He said he wants to come back, but I think they have JSN and they have Jake Bobo, who isn't a Rashid Shaheed, but like I think they're going to spend most of their money on trying to re-sign Kenneth Walker and trying to re-sign Tariq Woolen because Tariq Woolen's going to want a bunch of money. I
I think
think.
Roland's gone. He's going to
Yeah,
get
I
a
wouldn't. I
monster
don't.
deal
Do you know
from
how bad I
somewhere.
want him? You know how bad I want him, but like
I
I don't want to
wouldn't.
overpay him. Well, here's the thing: we have
That's
Eric.
the thing. To get him, you'd have to overpay him.
I want us to re-sign Eric Stokes, and then we have Darian Porter, and then you can ride with that for next year because we're not going to be good next year. Like the Jets, if you guys get Jacoby Brissett, you guys are a fringe playoff team.
Okay, no,
I
I'm a
swear to
Jet fan.
God,
I'm a diehard Jet fan. I'm sitting here and telling you,
dude, I'm telling you
you're
right
on
now,
crack.
your offensive line is top five. You have Garrett Wilson, who's when healthy a top 10 receiver. You have Brees Hall when healthy and behind a good offensive line and
Yeah, but you hear
behind
all these ifs.
Yeah, I hear a lot.
It
everything's an
never
if in the
works out
NFL.
like that.
Nothing's of nothing. Like the Chiefs were Super Bowl favorites, they didn't even make the playoffs. They have a top 10 pick. If Pat Mahomes was healthy, it was 1 week. If the Chiefs had a little cause, everything's about an if in the NFL. Which
No,
you
but I
wouldn't
don't
like
think that's true. You look at Seattle's defense. That was never an if going into the year. You said, all right, they have a legit defense. It's
mhm,
not if this guy, if this guy. It's like,
if
no,
Sam
you
Darnold
look
performed
top
the
to
way he did.
bottom. They are legit. Sam Darnold just won 14 games. He's not an if anymore. He comes on
Okay,
that
if
team.
Kenneth
He's
Walker
legit.
comes play, if JSN can take over DK Metcalf's role, if AJ
Kenneth
Varner can
Walker
take
has
the lead.
proven he can. JSN has proven he's a good receiver.
Ooh,
There was no
ooh.
ifs.
If
I always thought Seattle was going to be a great team.
do you think Drake May and the Patriots are always going to the Super Bowl?
No,
No,
I completely think that was fraudulent.
Well,
I will
if we're that's
forever
what
believe that was just they just happened to step the right way and get out of the way at the right time.
hmm
Like they
hmm
never ran it.
So an if they played harder scheduled teams, they wouldn't have made the playoffs.
I guess, but what's your point? Like,
And the NFL is a bunch of ifs. And nothing's ever set in stone. Like people like can assume things. Like before this season, you said the Seahawks had a top five defense. It was proven to be
yeah, but
true, but
there's like I could
Yeah, but
say,
you brought up a million ifs
if
for the
Josh Allen
Jets.
plays like an MVP next year, like
well,
it will happen because it
if
has
you want to go
repeatedly
this,
happened. The Jets
yeah,
are not just going to go from being a shitty team to being, if they put it all together, they're this great whatever you're
hmm
talking about.
hmm
Like, I need to see it consistently
so
before I
like the
can even.
Patriots.
No, that's like I'm saying. It's a fraudulent. I've never seen anything like
Well,
that.
here's
It's
the
a
thing:
one-off thing that
the
has never
Jets,
happened.
the Jets have an probably easy schedule besides their in division. Like they
No, we
have.
don't. No, we
I
don't.
mean, dude, here's the thing: you don't have an if you want to go off like everyone. You're going into the season knowing that Garrett Wilson's going to be a top 10 receiver when healthy because he's not going to get hurt again. You know, Brees Hall is going to be a top 10 running back. You know, you have a top five offensive line. You know, your defense is pretty good when
Our
healthy and has a
offensive line is so overstated. I think it's good, but it's not top five. It's top
if
10.
I mean, I
It's
know
if
not
Justin
game
Fields is
changing.
ass, but he had games where he threw for negative passing yards. Like, you can't
if and
fully put
when
that on him. Like, there's
I'm
no
not saying
way.
that,
I
but
didn't
if and
watch the
when,
games, but there is no way that like the offensive
dude,
line just doesn't get blamed for that.
if and when they get Jacoby Brissett, don't be surprised if the Jets make the playoffs or like 7-8
I will
wins.
be shocked. All right,
You
seven,
know
eight
what?
wins is different than a playoff team.
Not for the
I'm
Jets.
not going to argue with you saying the Jets are going to be good. I'm just saying I don't think that's going to happen.
That's
But
a bunch, dude. But do you agree with me? Like,
I will argue with you and
but
say that the
don't you
Jets
agree with
aren't
me?
going to
Like,
be good.
like the NFL, honestly, like if you go into a season, nothing is guaranteed.
no, that's
Yes,
very
that's very
true.
true.
Okay, so
But
anything can happen on any
here's
given
the
Sunday.
difference. You're proposing hypotheticals. We're saying like this has already happened. It's going to
hmm
happen. That's
Okay,
the difference.
do you think? But no one thought that Sam Darnold was going to have the year that he had. Maybe 1% did, but
I
no one
did.
thought he.
I
No
mean, he
one
just
I
thought he
came
was
off
going to
of
the
a
Super Bowl.
one. He
I
just came
did.
off of a 14-win season.
Okay, but no one in their right mind thought the Seattle Seahawks were going to the Super Bowl, and you know that.
I thought they were going to be contenders,
Uh
100%.
huh.
I didn't know
You
who
didn't
was
think.
going to win the NFC.
I think that the Patriots are frauds, obviously, but maybe they're not. Maybe they're that. But I'm saying the Jets are the one team I see in like the top five, top six pick range that can go from a Patriots top five pick to a fringe playoff team, not Super Bowl. You guys aren't going to win the Super Bowl. But
Let's
like,
talk about that for a second. I just want to say one thing quick. Um, what would need to happen for this to even have a shot is Josh Allen and Drake May would both need to be struck by lightning.
Exactly. Like,
Because
that's
we play
the
both
type
of
of
them twice a
hypothetical we're
year,
calling. So yeah, if you split that, that's already 2-2. Like,
and we never
I
do.
just
dude,
We
I
never
don't
do.
see it.
But
Our
like,
best years, we split with Buffalo, and we always get killed by New England. And then for whatever reason, the last like 5 years, Mike McDaniel and Tua Tagovailoa, it looks like Tom Brady and Bill
Yeah,
Belichick
bro, they don't
against the
lose
Jets.
against the Jets or the
I
Patriots. It's
I don't
unbelievable.
get it. I don't get
They
so when
cannot beat Buffalo, but they look like unstoppable versus New England and the Jets.
it.
so
It's
I
so
mean,
let's
everyone
crazy.
this year looked unstoppable
Yeah.
against the
so
Jets.
I wanna ask you this. I know you guys obviously know my answer, which is that. But out of the top teams that have produced shit, like the Browns, the Titans, the Raiders, the Jets, the Giants, the Cardinals, do you think any of them are going to go from shit show to, oh, they're going to win their division, they're going to go to the playoffs, and they're going to
I
make,
mean, I
you
could
know,
see
a run?
Giants easily with everybody getting healthy. I could see them turning it
I
around.
could see the Giants definitely competing.
I
You
wouldn't
know,
say
I
win their
hate going
division.
into the season and saying Dallas is going to win the division because that's never, every time I've said that, Dallas like has had one of their worst years. But I really think if the Dallas Cowboy, if Dak Prescott is who he has shown he is, I think this is the year they can win the division and get a playoff spot. But the Eagles are always going to be good as much shit as they get.
Yeah.
Like they're going to be at least a 9-win team.
Hmm.
Honestly, I think, hot take, I think the Giants are shit again. I think, I think Cam
I wouldn't
Scadaboo,
hate it. I would love to see.
well, it's
I would
just
love
like,
to see
it's
Colin
just like,
Johnson upset, but
we were talk, yeah, amen. We were talking about this. Dart, honestly, isn't that good. He threw 33 passing yards against the Vikings defense, which
yeah,
was
let us know in the
The
comments. Are
Vikings
you taking?
defense is legit. Like
that's
Yeah,
when no, but this was like week
that's a Brian
33 yards
Flores top
passing,
5 defense that you're talking
33
about.
yards passing. Do you
Okay,
hear what I'm
like all
saying?
right.
was
Yeah,
that the
I
week
do.
I had them in fantasy and the Vikings D put up like 50
That's
points?
like when you see like this and people are like, oh, Cam Scadaboo this. Cam Scadaboo isn't a workhorse. Cam Scadaboo isn't going to be the guy that you give 25 carries a game. He's going to get you
I agree
125.
with that. I
Like
agree
this
with
isn't like
that.
when you think of the Giants and like, oh, they get John Harbaugh. This is the same exact shit that I said last season. Oh, we got fucking Pete Carroll. Oh, we got Geno Smith. Oh, we're gonna get Ashton Jeanty in the draft. Look
Yeah,
what
but
the
you know
fuck
what the
happened.
difference is? You know what the difference is? They
What
have a
John
young
Harbaugh?
quarterback.
Well, yeah.
They
Well,
have a
think
young
about it.
quarterback.
The
They
young
have a number
quarterback.
one receiver, a
Uh
young number one receiver who's a
huh.
legit can win on any rep
Yeah.
guy.
Uh huh.
Jacoby Myers is good. He gets his 1,000 yards. He's no Malik Neighbors.
I'm not saying that.
Geno Smith is no Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart
Uh huh.
was better this year than Geno Smith's best year,
Everyone was
and
better than
that's
Geno
that.
Smith.
Yeah, but
Like,
that's why I'm saying that kind of
yeah.
take. I feel like is
Let us know
But
in the comments. Are you taking Shuck or Dart in the future? Like
I'm
as a let's say they both have 10 great years. Who are you taking?
honestly,
I like Shuck's
like
play
I'm
style.
taking Shuck because Dart plays too risky in this. Like, I'm not taking a quarterback that's going to get a concussion 3 times a year. I'm not taking a quarterback that doesn't know how to throw a deep ball accurate or medium ball accurate. If you look back and watch Giant games, especially in the Raiders Giants game, he had one pass over 20 yards. That would, from what me,
Yeah.
Shane, and Eddie saw, he has one pass over 20 yards.
I mean,
That
he had no neighbors all year, which is one. But yes,
It's
I
going
understand
to
your
hurt.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
but do you
definitely gonna hurt. But no, that is not
the,
inexcusable.
the
Like
thing is,
that's not
people
a.
like Giants fans and like some casual fans around the league, I'm gonna say Cam's Scadaboo shit. He's gonna be like a David Montgomery type of back. You cannot start him in the game. Like
I
I'm
don't think
telling,
David Montgomery's
I
shit. If
I'm
Cam
Yeah,
not
I
taking
Newton
David
mean,
and David Montgomery, that's
Montgomery.
pretty good.
that's a.
When I'm talking about like he's shit, I'm thinking like people are making him to be like, oh, he's the best rookie running back out of this class. In a million years, I promise you right now, and I hope you guys agree with me, if Ashton Jeanty had any line that was like top 20, he would probably have like 1,300
Well,
yards.
obviously he's not the best in his. I mean, I'm
That's a
taking
I don't
Hampton
like doing
and Genty.
projections,
Yeah,
man. I
but
really
Genty
don't
and
like doing
Hampton, I'm both
projections.
taking
If you
yes.
if you
If
put
that's your
Jeanty behind
question.
if you put Jeanty behind the Eagles' offensive line, he's putting up 1,300 yards.
I may take Hampton over Genty, depending. I mean,
Then get the Eagles' offensive line.
We're not going to because like
Yeah, so
honestly,
that argument is just
it's a
stupid.
hypothetical crazy
everything in
land
like
that
I
would
just said,
never happen.
everything in
Will never
NFL is
happen.
hypothetical. But what I know, honestly, from just
Yeah,
Cam
if the
Everything.
Jets had Josh Allen and Fred Warner, they'd be decent.
but do you agree with me? Like Cam Scadaboo isn't a running back one. Like he
No, I
can't
think
be a
he's a running
workhorse.
back committee. He's a very good running
Okay,
back. I just don't think
Yeah.
he's a
he's a
running
running
back
back by
one
committee.
dominant.
but when
No,
you
yeah.
talk to these Giants fans, when you talk to
All
these
right, it's
Collins out there,
Giants fans. Yes,
when you
we know
talk to
these are.
any casual fans besides like our like when you talk to like I don't know when I talk to people at my school and they're like, oh, Cam Scadaboo and the Giants are gonna like why are you saying Cam Scadaboo?
Yes, it's a
Why?
very clear way to see that somebody's
Hold on.
casual.
Yeah,
I
but it's
mean,
like,
Mhm.
but like honestly, are you taking like I'm taking Shuck? If I know each of them get 12 years, like Shuck's turning 27, Dart's turning 23. Tyler Shuck has a beautiful deep ball. Jackson Dart's deep ball looks like a 13-year-old throws the football.
what if Shuck gets 8 years and Dark gets 12?
I'm taking Shuck. 8 years is 8 years.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like these hypotheticals.
Yeah, I
Because the thing
agree.
is, I lived in this as a Jets fan. I lived in this for so many years. I can't do it anymore. I just can't do
Where's
it.
the
It's like,
shit?
oh, we just had Zach Wilson. What if we put up 19 points 3 years ago, we would have been what was it, 14-2.
Mm.
If we put up 19 points a game, I think it was 3 years ago.
So if you
We
move
would have
this
been 14.
offense to this year, but kept the
I can't
defense,
do
and
it.
Okay,
yeah,
let me
And
ask
then
you
we
guys a
bring in
question.
Rodgers and he tears his Achilles. That's why I don't do
oh,
this anymore.
oh,
Let me ask you guys a question. Right? What yards per pass? Like how many yards per pass is considered good for a quarterback?
like yards
Well,
per, I
here's
don't
the
know,
thing. I
like
know where you're
7.
going with this. Context matters. His best running back, who happened to be Cam Skadaboo, a rookie, was out for the year. Also, Malik Neighbors out for the
Mm,
year. Andrew Thomas dealing with injuries. The defense blowing every
mm,
single lead.
mm,
Like
mm.
so much goes into
Okay,
Dart stats, and
but
he still looked good.
what about Shuck, who Alvin Kamara was out for the almost the entire year. Devin Neal was out for half the year. He was playing with Audric
Olave,
Estime. Olave was out for a couple games. His wide receiver two was what? Deuce Lille and like a what? Who
Raheem
was a
Shaheed. I don't know.
Rashid He
For a
was on the
minute,
Seahawks.
I
He was on
know,
the
but he was there
Yeah,
for
he
like
got
the
traded
first
at the
half of the
deadline.
game. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was there
like
half
when
the season.
I'm
Like,
looking at both these guys'
Yeah.
stats. Shuck played 11 games. Dart played 14. Dart's completion percentage was 63. Shuck's completion possession was 68. Shuck had 100 more yards in 3 games less played. He had one more pick and 5 less touchdowns, and took 4 less sacks in 3 less games. And his QBR doesn't matter. I think it's a stupid stat.
Yeah, with 3 less games, he took 4 less sacks. That kind of disproves itself. Another thing too, look at red zone efficiency. That's one thing I will say. Dart has the upper hand.
Yeah, but let's say 14 Garys. Yeah. So like, but realistically, like when you're Jack, like remember we watched, we sped home for the thing and we watched the Giant Raider game, right?
Mhm.
How many times did you see the Dart throw the ball past 20 yards?
I I don't remember off the top of my head. Probably
Because
none.
like, but like,
I mean, that was the game for the #1 pick, and he still blew you
it's not
guys out,
that.
though.
Well, he didn't blow us out. The defense
No,
had two
he blew
touchdowns.
you out, Higgins. You got
I
blown
don't.
out.
We have the number one
Come
pick. I don't give
on.
a fuck.
Yeah, I understand you got the #1
Fernando
pick from that,
Mendoza.
but
I promise you,
that doesn't denote the fact that they
I
blew
will
you out
put
of the water.
I will put any amount of money on it.
It's
Fernando
the
Mendoza.
NFL. This is their guys' livelihoods, right? They were not
Good.
just not trying. I promise you, it was no. They don't. This is the NFL. You don't purposely tank as a player. That's just you're trying to win every game. Every game you step
You're
out onto
playing
that
for
field,
your
you're playing
life.
for your job. That's what I'm saying. It's your livelihood. These guys weren't just letting the Giants win. Like they
So
blew you out.
I will put any amount of money on this. Fernando Mendoza will be a million times better than the quarterback than Jackson Dart will ever be in the NFL.
Let's
All
put money
right,
on it.
put
I'm
money
gonna
on
put
it.
money on it.
Are you serious?
Let's
$20.
Dude,
say this.
I'll throw a
Higgins,
band on that. I'll throw a
you
band on that.
you want to bet? You want to go 100 for 100 right now? Everyone be my judge. Jackson Dart, Jackson Dart's rookie year, he will have better numbers than what Fernando Mendoza's rookie year will be. Let's make that a deal right now. All right,
100.
All
100
right,
for 100.
I'm a witness. I'm a witness.
This is the
This
easiest
is
money
going up
ever.
on YouTube.
Idiot.
You
Idiot.
cannot
Easiest
back
money
Three
out.
hundred
ever.
dollars. $300.
Easiest money
Watch him
ever.
not even watch him
Wow.
not even go to the
You
Raiders.
don't
Watch
have
us take
300.
Ty Simpson. Huh? But like, dude, just like, oh, this is so bad, bro. He's so Jackson
Yeah, that
Dart
was a
is
bad bet.
Jackson
I will
Dart.
agree with that, Higgins.
I'm gonna
I
win a
just
three
want to.
hundred dollars.
You brought up a certain someone. I just want to bring it up right now.
I fucking hate Ty Simpson.
Can you
I don't
see?
see the hype.
The goat.
It's all blurry, bro. I don't see the hype. He looks like
I'm
a
watching
glorified
Ty
AJ
Simpson right
McCarron.
now. You're just pissed because you're in quarterback hell, like the Jets. But here's the thing: I don't bitch and cry. You do.
I'd bitch and cry because my quarterback was going to take me to the Super Bowl, but he broke his goddamn leg week 17 when he shouldn't even be in because we were up by 20.
Yeah, Derek Carr was not taking you to the Super Bowl.
All right, Josh Allen hasn't taken your ass to the Super Bowl either, so I don't want to hear
Been
it.
farther than Carr. Won an MVP.
Derek Carr should have won MVP, but he broke his leg.
No,
Oh, shoulda, woulda,
he was
coulda.
maybe top three that year.
He
He was
was
top three.
okay. Let's get back on track. All right.
He's not
So
winning
basically,
MVP.
what we did a tier list. Go check it out. But we did a roommate tier list, and Jackson Dart was in C tier because you would get frame mock, just like the ASU frat leader frame mock
No,
particular.
Darwin Freemock, he was just like Aura Farm, and like it would be so annoying.
Yeah. I feel like he'd be like having a female roommate. Like, it would take 3 hours to get ready. He would
But
always be
I
doing
don't
some
think he
bullshit.
has what it takes to be an NFL quarterback. I think he plays when he plays too risky, he gets hurt. When he doesn't play too risky, he plays like shit.
I guess, but I
I
mean, I don't agree.
I just
But you
want
just
you to
threw
know.
$100 on a guy who hasn't even taken a snap yet.
Yeah,
So
and
I
he
just
already
want you
looked
to
better than
know.
Dart.
Jackson Dart's numbers last year are already set in stone.
Mhm.
Mendoza is just a question mark right now, and you just shook on it for 100.
that's what I'm saying. You
I,
threw $100 on a guy who has not taken a snap. Like,
and I hope you know I'm gonna be calling your ass for this money. I
We're
I know
going to
where
be
you
at
live.
we're going to be at the Jets Raider game when he leads the Raiders to like you know what?
Three
I'm never
wins.
gonna. Mhm. But we'll have 1,500 million yards and a million touchdowns and 0 picks.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
when
it's
he's airing that ball out to Jack Pesh for his third pick of the game.
Yo, he got jacked. He gained like 30 pounds. My brother's
That's
just another
important for
me.
a wide receiver.
He is.
gaining 30 pounds. Yep.
He was like 180 pounds. No, he wasn't. That's such a lie. He's 6 foot. What do we? Oh my god.
When do you
But like
think Bauer shows up bald?
he's super team next season.
Do
Fuck,
you think he's
dude.
coming
He's gonna
bald
look
at
like
training camp next
he
season?
better, bro. His hair is hanging on by a thread like Schmidt's hair, bro. Come on.
It's brutal.
Sorry, Schmidt, but I'm fucking telling the truth, buddy. Shave it.
Higgins, I hope you
Got it.
know too. If Ty Simpson comes to the actually, I can't even make that bet because he's not going to play all 17. But if Ty Simpson were to come to the Jets, I would bet you that too, just because of the situation difference.
No, that's not. I think.
Yes,
I
yes.
think. I think Fernando Mendoza is going to be so good. And I'm just hoping because I can't deal with this shit anymore, bro. 2 winning seasons in how long I've been alive? 20 years. 2 winning seasons.
When was the last time you won a playoff game?
2002.
I'm
Went to
sorry.
the Super Bowl.
I don't have a lot of people I can say that to, so I like
Yeesh.
getting my jabs in when I can.
When's the last
Normally
time you
I'm the
made
one
the
getting
playoffs?
knocked out.
Last year.
Not you.
Hmm?
Also won a
When's the
game
last time you
last
made
year.
the playoffs?
Well, my guys were resting in Cancun, so it doesn't matter. At least when we did go to the playoffs, we won a fucking game. How about that?
We should have won against the Bengals, and Derek Carr broke his leg in
It doesn't.
26.
Oh, we should have. Football's all hypotheticals. We should have done this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And
At
Canada
the end of
should
the
have
day,
won the
you
game.
didn't. Yeah, at the end of the
At the
day,
end of
you
the
didn't
day,
win.
I'm a loyal Raider fan, and my advice to everyone: do not become a fucking Raiders fan.
That's
Love you,
really good
Dad. I
advice.
love you, Dad. But what the fuck, bro? You could have picked any. His excuse was that the Raiders are good in 1984.
Oh, so he's bandwagon. So you're pretty much a
Yeah,
bandwagon.
so that makes you a
No,
product of a
he was a
bandwagon.
fan because he worked
Yep.
two
You were a
jobs.
fan
And it
because
all
you were
makes
good.
sense.
Yeah, you were a fan
It
because they're
all makes
good. It all
sense.
make
No, he
the
was a
dots are
fan.
connecting.
Oh my
I was
gosh,
gonna
let me
say maybe
talk.
you became a fan. I don't know, the '90s or something when you got blown out in the chip by 45 points to the Bills or something. But no,
I'm sorry,
the
my
one
dad's
year
not
you
30.
guys were good. Yeah, I mean that's
You know, my dad
unfortunate.
was a fan because he could only watch West Coast teams because he worked two jobs and he got home at like
Oh, and
four
you just
o'clock.
happened to pick the best one. The best West Coast team, who also happened to be one of the best teams in the NFL. Yeah,
Hmm?
just totally random.
And your dad picked a team with 0 fucking rings and lost four
Yeah,
times in a
that
row.
means I'm exactly.
Hey, he's
Yeah,
real.
I'm real. I'm.
And at least he roots for a team in the state.
That's the other thing. Where the fuck is Oakland? Where the fuck is Vegas? Like,
Yeah, where the fuck's Oakland, buddy?
yeah,
Nice one. Where the fuck is Oakland? You know where
Yeah,
goddamn
that's where you
Oakland is. And
grew
you know
up.
exactly
That's
where
where you
Vegas is, bro. Like, what are you talking about? But guess what? We suck. I could have picked, and actually, no, I was forced into this. But, all right, let's get back on track. I'm losing my mind. But, like, if you don't think Fernando Mendoza is going to be good when he has a third highest draft grade in the last 6 years, you're just a hater.
No, I just don't think he's
Thank
going to be
you.
good this
Thank you.
year because
Thank you.
your team is abysmal.
And then you
So,
better hope he still continues to develop, even though he's getting thrown to the wolves here.
mhm.
Higgins, you
I
chose a
guarantee you he has.
team
I guarantee you he has more Super Bowls than Josh Allen.
2,560 miles away.
Yep.
2,560 miles, 37-hour, 34
And I
minute
have a
car
brick
ride.
in that stadium.
Yikes.
I paid for a brick in that stadium.
Well, all I got to do is take
You're
a
never
quick
seeing.
60-mile trip to my team.
I got to take a 30-mile
Yeah,
trip, but it's
exactly.
2 hours because I got to go
Dane,
through the crosswalks.
You're going to the Raiders Jets game, and oh my god, I am not even bringing my phone. Actually, no, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna leave it in the car. Actually, no, I want to take pictures before the game. I'm not going.
Make
I'm
up your
not.
damn mind.
I'm not going on my phone the entire game because I'm gonna be sitting there like this, dialed in on watching Fernando Mendoza decimate the Jets defense, and we still lose, so we get the number one overall pick again.
I want whatever crack you're smoking. I really do.
What? I mean, you've been begging for the number one pick for years. You'd think eventually all these number one picks would turn into a playoff team, but
The best part is the Raiders weren't even trying to tank. Pete Carroll was playing for his job,
yeah.
and you were
So
worse
is
than the
Gino.
Jets.
Yeah.
And you were worse than the Jets.
I
He
don't
was
know.
better
Maybe
than
don't
Brady
pick.
Cook.
Yeah, and maybe don't pick Geno Smith during free agency. I don't know.
We traded for him.
Yeah, maybe don't trade for Geno Smith. I mean, that feels like kind of
We're getting
common
off.
knowledge. Oh, Geno Smith. Yeah, let me stay away from him. Nope,
No, don't worry.
not the
I'm
Raiders.
sure you had a good backup though. Who was your backup?
Which one? We had three.
Aiden O'Connell. Like,
I'm asking you, who was your backup?
Kenny Pickett, Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett.
yeah, you're done for.
He started against like the Eagles, and he threw 3 picks. My God, bro, it's just like when you think about the Raiders, and like when Kubiak said that this franchise was historically good. It's been 26 years, and we've had 2 winning seasons. Sorry, 24 years. No, nothing. Okay.
No, you guys are poverty. We knew this.
Okay. Well, at least my team has. I don't know.
Well, you're talking about 2 winning seasons in your
Um,
entire lifetime. I'm talking about 8 winning seasons in the last 8 years.
when
So
me and Shane
say what
and
you want about Super Bowl rings, but I get to watch my team win every year.
I don't know, man. We'll see. I think the Jets are going to be good next season, and then if the
Oh,
Jets are,
I wish I had your like your
Your
mind.
hopefulness.
You're so like easy to be like, oh yeah, they're gonna be good. I'm expecting like, oh man,
Are
it
you
depends
expecting
what
an
they do.
increase from last year?
If
An
they
improvement?
go, if they draft like either Arvel Reese, David Bailey, Ruben Bain, and then like corner or defensive tackle, I'm expecting 3 wins. If we draft, here's the thing though,
I
if
Simpson
we
at 2.
draft Carnell Tate or a receiver with our first pick, if we go offense in the first and we lose and we get the number one pick and we fire Aaron Glenn, and all of a sudden now we have Garrett Wilson, Carnell Tate, Brees Hall, who just got an extension, a really good offensive line,
And Arch
and the number
Manning.
one overall pick, suddenly I'm as happy as a pig in shit.
Right.
So like this could be
Hot take: Arch
this
Manning's
could
gonna be
be
ass.
interesting.
I don't even think he'll be the number one. I don't know who's going to be the number one
I
pick
think
next
Arch.
year.
I think Arch Manning is gonna be. I think Arch Manning is a nepo baby, just like Shedeur Sanders was, and Arch Manning can't even make a playoff. Did the Texans make the playoffs this year?
I like Julian
Or
Sand. I
or
like
do
Julian
you
Sand.
do you go for Reese or Bain this year, win
Or
3
Dante Moore,
games, get the first pick or second pick, and take Jeremiah Smith?
or trade it for Joe Burrow?
I,
What?
no,
Wait,
I've
where's
heard those rumors, but I
Joe
just
Burrow
don't
to the
think it's
Jets?
possible.
it's
Oh
three
man,
first rounders
I
next
I
year.
would I would actually feel so bad for him.
Well, like honestly, like
I
I
would
don't know, man.
definitely cop a jersey though.
Do you think
Hell
that?
for sure.
Do you guys think that Arch Manning's gonna be good?
Mm,
He
Just
has a lot of
realistically.
I don't
potential.
know.
Like his tools are his he has like unteachable tools. Like his arm talent's sick. He's
Yeah.
really athletic. He has all
I
the tools.
mean,
I think this season, if he's even a Heisman candidate, he's the number one pick.
I
It's like
just
the thing
think
is the Jets need guys with plot armor. Arch Manning has the Manning plot
That's
armor.
actually facts. Like he's
Like
guaranteed a Super Bowl because he's a Manning. Like that's the
yeah,
thing. Like
we need that. But
no, but
watch
like
Arch Manning. He's gonna like beg for like a fifth year, and he sees the Jets pick.
no, but like honestly, like my
and he's
argument for
got the plot
everything,
armor, so they'll grant it.
I talked about this with Shane a lot, but Arch Manning's at Texas. Texas gets all these great recruits, and they didn't even make the college
Yeah, but
football
that
playoff.
also means he plays against the best competition.
Name me
And
one
yeah,
player from Texas coming into the draft this year.
this I can name a bunch of Texas wide receivers last
Defensive,
year.
probably. Well, last year,
No,
yeah,
this year.
but
This year.
It's the same team. They
Name
didn't make
me
the college football playoffs last year, and he wasn't even the
no
starting
name
quarterback.
name me one player this year coming into the draft from Texas.
Anthony Hill
That's a really
Jr.
good player. You're looking it up. I see you typing.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
see you.
I don't know.
Bro, exactly. You're proving my point.
there you can't
So
name
cool.
anybody on the top of your head who
I
He's
don't
working
watch
with a
college football like
linebacker
that.
on defense.
That's what name an offensive guy too. Like
Fuck. DJ Campbell, Jack Andrews. That's it. I don't know.
Like, is it really? I think Arch, if he has a really good year, he'll be good. I really love Julian Sand from Ohio State.
You don't want
I'm
him.
a big
He has a
fan. Yeah, so I think we'll wrap it up here. I thought we had some pretty good debates about Jackson Dart, kind of some rants about the Raiders and Jets sucking. Um, it's fun
Amen.
talking ball with you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Once again, you've been watching the End Zone Panel. Follow us, follow our socials at the End Zone Panel, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify. Thank you guys for watching.
peace.